So good afternoon to our fellow panelists. My name is Sheila Mikimigin and I am the leader for this research study entitled The Budget Management and Control of Small and Medium Enterprise in Relation to Financial Performances. But before we jump to the background of the study, let me tell you first the simple quotations that we absorbs and motivates us to do this kind of research. So this quotation is, "You can have the fruits without roots." The roots are the problem why we came up with this kind of research, wherein this problem is how do an SME handle their budget management and control at first in order to achieve positive results in terms of financial performance in the long run of their operations. The seeds symbolize the idea of the researchers being planted to the soil of the environment, and the person who planted it got a sweet, full taste of fruits from the efforts that he or she gave and provided if their tree stand at its best. And so the background of the study, we mainly focus on the why questions that we have in our mind. So this why question is, why many businesses that are even operating for too long in the industry fall into bankruptcy? And even newly built businesses fail to stay in the industry for a longer period of time due to failure in applying budget management and control, as well as poor decision making in finances. Or to answer the questions that we have, we need to define or to know first the budget management and control, wherein this is the essential process or tool to control spending habits and how to manage finances in order to obtain the desired goals and achieve good financial performance. So by this, we include three terms to highlight this study in our research. So these three terms is the budgetary planning, that mostly concerned in outlining the budget or setting up savings plan. The second is the monitoring and control, including the monitoring of funds from inflow and outflow of cash. Keeping track term is the budget participation, including the proper investing of excess income to a bank or business applied by the small and medium enterprise. The second factor that we want to discuss here is the financial performance. This is the measure of SME's financial condition in the long run of their operations. So we include there also the three terms to determine if the SME is profitable, being solvent, and have the ability to liquidate its asset into cash quickly. And another question is how the small medium enterprises uses their budget management and control in order to help their financial performance improve and maintain positive results throughout their operations in the industry that they have today. Because of this, it leads us to carefully understand the study we conducted to determine if there is a relation between the budget management and control to the financial performance of the enterprise.
I'm Sweeter Sobarjaga, and let's proceed to statement of the problem. The problem is stated to have a clear and concise representation of the issue that is needed to be addressed. The researchers aim to answer the following questions. Number 1, what is the profile characteristics of the respondents in terms of job title, nature of business, and years of business operation? Number 2, what is the budget management and control of selected SME in terms of budgetary planning, monitoring and control in the budget participation? Number 3, what is the financial performance of the selected SME in terms of profitability, solvency, and liquidity? Number 4, is there a significant relationship between the budget management and control in the financial performance? The problem was created to discover if there is a positive, negative, or zero correlation between the budget management and control to the financial performance of the selected service industry in the area of Taguig City. And next, statistical treatment. The researchers used the following statistical method to evaluate the data's outcome. In this study, we used purposive sampling to select our respondents that fit the profile characteristics of the study. The researchers came up to 150 respondents, and with the researchers of the study uses percentage, weighted mean, and frequency distribution to describe the profile of the respondents. And person R, this used to measure the degree of relationship and correlate to variables such as budget management and control in the financial performance.
Summary of findings. 1. What is the profile characteristics of the respondents? In job title, this reveals that majority of the respondents are managers. In years of business operation, majority of the SMEs operates within 10 years and below. Number 2. What is the budget management and control of selected SME? In budgetary planning, SMEs always record the budget by using software and schedule planner. they list the amount of expense and utilize financial plan for managing the budgets. In monitoring and control, most of the SMEs always review, monitor, and secure backup copy of financial statements and credit transactions for the improvement of financial performance. In budget participation, most of the SMEs always invested the excess income to a bank, and they use detailed listing of expense and allocate the funds to achieve the desired goals of SMEs. Number 3. What is the financial performance of selected SME? In profitability, it shows that before applying the budget management and control, most of the respondents answered sometimes, while after implementing, the SMEs always monitor or manage the budget's expense and savings that highly contributed to its profitability. In solvency, most of the answers fall to verbal interpretation of sometimes before applying budget management and control, while after implementing, they always maintain to pay long-term debts on time and have good credit score that leads to being solvent. In liquidity, most of the answers fall to verbal interpretation of sometimes before applying the budget management and control, while after implementing, they always provide ready cash for unexpected expense, and they pay short-term debts on time. That leads to SME's liquidity. Number 4. Is there significant relationship between budget management and control and the financial performance? Based on the data presented, the budget management and control and its sub-variables found a strong to very strong significant relationships in the financial performance of SMEs in Taguig City. Therefore, the null hypothesis is rejected.
I'm Junay Sabantog. The next one is about conclusions. Based on the foregoing findings, the following conclusions were drawn. First, most of the chosen respondents of SME in Taguig City were cashiers, which is responsible for cash transactions. Owners, which personally leads and makes decisions on how the funds will be managed and utilized. And lastly, the manager, which are knowledgeable, monitors the finances, and can identify if budget management and control has relation to financial performance. Second, regarding budget management and control as budgetary planning, monitoring and control, and budget participation, all items were interpreted as always, wherein SME outlines their budget, utilize financial planner, list expenses, monitor cash flows, credits, and compliance of employees, review, update, and have backup copy of financial statements, and managers invest their excess income to a bank as additional capital, use subordinate budget, and allocate expenses by check payments. Third, regarding profitability, solvency, and liquidity, all items were interpreted as sometimes before and always after. Under profitability, after budgeting finances, SME gain net income which result to a good financial performance. In solvency, asset exceeds its liabilities, which means that the company is solvent, sustains enough income to settle its long-term obligations on time, and good credit score. While in liquidity, SME have the right to sell its assets or convert into cash immediately to pay its short-term obligations on time and provide cash in times of unexpected expenses. Fourth, after conducting the study, the result shows that there is a significant relationship between budget management and control and the financial performance.
So, based on the findings and conclusion, the researchers have made the recommendation about these studies. So, first is all employees in the SMEs who are related and knowledgeable in the funds of the company should be responsible enough and have the integrity when it comes to the finances or funds of the company. So, in addition, all SMEs are recommended to implement budget management and control in the beginning of their operation and look into the coming years if this budget management and control that are applied is effective to their company. So next is managers and department head is also recommended to have the installed software that outline the expenses and budgets of the company, and also keep the records of the accounts to have or to maintain the accurate data that they are needed in the future. That's all.